It's September 13th, 2025. I hope everyone is getting excited for the 2025-26 season. I've already seen some videos posted, so folks have already been out in the woods. Congratulations. I ran across some bits and pieces of unused footage from last year that I wanted to share. It's the warm water maceration method that I used to create Euro mounts for the 2 bucks that I harvested last year. In the past, I've always used the boiling method, but I wanted to try something different this time. If you don't have a big pot to boil heads in and you want to create a Euro mount, this is something you can try. Everything that I used is in the description below, and I want to give a shout out to US Skull Hunter. I'll put a link to his YouTube channel in the description below, but I simply followed his instructions and it worked out perfectly. I plan on doing a boiling method with this skull, so I had it in a garbage bag for a few weeks. The first thing you would do is to remove the hide, just as you would if you were doing the boiling method. I'll speed this up a little bit. But the main difference here is with this method, you don't have to be as concerned about leaving meat on the skull. And now you're ready to start the warm water method. Notice I have a mask. Just a fair warning, this is a smelly process. So I poked a hole on the side of the bucket just to make sure that the skull stays in place. And then I placed the bucket inside a contractor bag. Once that's done, you just fill the bucket with plain water, insert the aquarium heater, and then tie the bag up. Replace the water every 3 to 4 days. When you replace the water, you simply put the head back in the clean water, return the water heater into the bucket, and close the bag. So you're going to do this every 3 to 4 days. And at the end of about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, this is what your skull will look like. Now for the degreasing, all I used was some dish soap in my second bucket. I fill it up with water and then place my skull in this bucket along with the heater, and once again replace the water every 3 to 4 days. The next thing I want to do is to give the skull a peroxide bath. But before I do this, I want to make sure that I protect the antlers. So I'm using plumber's tape and cling wrap to wrap the antlers. And simply do the same thing on the other side. Then I take the cling wrap and just wrap a portion of the antlers. This again is just to make sure that the peroxide does not get on the antlers. Throw some extra tape on to secure the cling wrap and you're good to go. Now you're placing a couple of bottles of hydrogen peroxide in one of your buckets with clean water and the aquarium thermometer, and you're repeating the process, just letting it sit for about 3 days. You want to try to make sure that the antlers are out of the peroxide as much as possible. Here I just grabbed a stick and placed it beneath the antlers to try to keep the skull from completely submerging into the peroxide solution. Then once again, I place the heater and then I close up the bag. After about 3 or 4 days, this is what your skull is going to look like. Now this is something that I learned to do years ago. So after the skull is completely dry, coat the skull with Mop Glo. This actually seals the skull. It keeps the skull from browning at any point in the future, from collecting dust, and it also gives a nice fresh scent to the skull. Once again, you don't have to be precise with this process. You're just trying to get it in all the cracks and crevices as best you can. I will typically do 2 and sometimes 3 coats of the Mop Glo. So you just let it dry and then add an additional coat. So that's it. Once it dries, you have a Euro mount.